How's it going, FPL managers, and welcome back to another FPL Éire YouTube video. If you're new to the channel, please like this video and subscribe for weekly FPL content. The longest game week of the season has finally finished, and the less said about Game Week 23 the better. In this video, we'll be looking at how my team fared out in Game Week 23, and we'll also be looking at my transfer plans and team selection ahead of Game Week 24. Let's get into it. A disappointing Game Week 23 ends with a score of 32 points. My team got off to the worst start possible, with Dennis being sent off and earning me a -2 points return. I didn't get to see that Watford and Norwich game live on that Friday evening as I had football training, and I still get the fear thinking back to checking my phone and seeing that Dennis had been sent off along with King Blanken. The rest of Game Week 23 proved to be a major disappointment, with only Ramsdale, Rudiger and Jota returning for my team. Then on Saturday night, Josh King wasn't able to get one against Burnley, so I just came away with a 1 point return from my two Watford strikers combined. Unfortunately, this nightmare of a game week see me drop 10k places, and I'm now sitting at 51k overall. I've now doubled my rank over the last 2 game weeks, so something needs to happen for me to sort this out. Thankfully, there's a quick turnaround to Game Week 24, where I'll be hoping to turn these 2 consecutive red arrows into a green. With that disaster of a Game Week 23 review finished, let's move on and have a look at my transfer targets for Game Week 24. With the African Cup of Nations coming to an end last night, it brings the questions to FPL managers of when we should be bringing Mohamed Salah back into our teams. There has been reports this evening that he will be joining up with the Liverpool team tomorrow in training, and this means he could be in contention to start against Leicester on Thursday evening. With Salah after playing 420-minute games in a row, I wouldn't be very confident of him starting on Thursday evening. However, we need to bring him back into our team before Game Week 26 when Liverpool double. With the uncertainty around Salah's minutes, this brings our focus on to Bruno Fernandes, with United having a double in Game Week 25. With Bruno the standout captain option for Game Week 25, I think the best practice is to have him for this week and then move him on to Salah in Game Week 26 when Liverpool double. There was also a slight concern with Bruno after he picked up a knock against Borough in the Cup, but the reports are that he should be fine for Game Week 24 against Burnley midweek. With the transfer targets out of the way, let's move on and have a look at our transfer plans for Game Week 24. With Chelsea off to the Club World Cup for the next 2 game weeks, it's no surprise that I'll be looking to get rid of Rudiger ahead of Game Week 24. There are a lot of options in the fence, with Dalot, Cucurella, Laporte, Tierney and Digne all the standout options, but thinking ahead to Game Week 25 where Man United double, I think Dalot sways it for me here. Bringing in Dalot will also give me 3 Man United players for their double in Game Week 25. From this, let's move on and have a look at my potential lineup for Game Week 24. With double Game Week 25 in mind, my plan moves in this week are Bruno and Dalot in for Rudiger and Mendy of Leicester. This sees me moving formation to a 3-5-2, and my potential lineup is as follows: Ramsdale in goals, Trent, Dalot and Cancelo in defence, Foden, Bernardo Silva, Bowen, Jota and Bruno in midfield, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Emmanuel Dennis up front. This also sees Josh King dropping to the bench. It's also currently a toss-up between who I start in goals, with Ramsdale currently taking the number 1 spot. From this, let's move on and have a look at the captaincy options for Game Week 24. With no real standout option for the armband this week, first up for consideration is Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool. Liverpool have a 44% chance of a clean sheet against Leicester on Thursday night, and with 7 double-digit hauls this season, he is definitely a standout option this week. He also has the additional bonus of being on set pieces, which further increases his chances of an attacking return this game week. Next up for consideration is Diogo Jota, with the same fixture Thursday evening at home to Leicester. He's just off the back of a man of the match performance against Cardiff City in the FA Cup this weekend, and he's probably the safest option, as I'm predicting he'll be the only player this week with an effective ownership of over 100%, as he is currently owned by 93% of managers in the top 10k. Next up for consideration is João Cancelo of Manchester City, with City having a 61% chance of a clean sheet against Brentford this week. He was also taken off Éire against Fulham in the Cup at the weekend, so this means he should be in contention to start against Brentford on Wednesday evening. Our final player left for consideration is Jarrod Bowen, with a fixture against Watford. He is currently still a man in red hot form after scoring the winner for West Ham in their cup game at the weekend in the 120th minute. Watford kept their first clean sheet of the season against Burnley at the weekend, but they only have a 13% chance of a clean sheet against West Ham this week. I'm sure Bowen will continue his fine form in front of goal with another attacking return in Game Week 24. Taking these 4 players into consideration, I'm currently leaning towards Trent Alexander-Arnold, as Leicester were absolutely thumped by Nottingham Forest at the weekend, so surely Liverpool will be able to keep them out, and Trent may get an attacking return from set piece duties. I also need to consider who I'll be playing out of De Gea and Ramsdale, so I'm currently not locked into my team. Don't forget to follow me at FPL Éire on Twitter and Instagram, where I'll post my team before the deadline. There you have it. There's my GW24 team. Best of luck for GW24, and I'll see you in the next video.